So our group is now tucked away into a little clearing outside of the Moon Cove strip mall, or the Moo Cove, after a well-aimed rock. One of our players cannot talk tonight, but they are here with us, so we're going to be doing some narration for them. We love you, Red. Get better soon. And as you guys have been waiting and just sort of chilling out, you guys have decided to start cooking. So Augie and Ahsoka are currently around a fire cooking. What would you guys like to do?
Augie is going to basically just offer some of the ingredients and just say, all right, which of these do you want me to chop up here? I really, really need to chop up some vegetables right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just chop up that carrot and that onion. Gonna make some soup.
Oh, awesome. Hi.
So that was a thing that happened back there?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of used to it. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Just sad that this sort of treatment had to happen to any of you.
I knew there was something odd about that town. I just didn't know what it was.
Well, I'm operating under the assumption that any town we go to is going to be odd going forward. Or backward, for that matter. Then again, maybe it's where we're from that's odd.
Mm.
Look, I don't want to pry, but I want to pry.
Okay.
You've been kind of quiet since we've come down here, and well, we've been down here about a week now, and no, I'd like to know a bit more about you, a bit more about the people I'm with.
Oh.
So, you know, if I'm being rude, let me know. But
No, I mean, I haven't even noticed it's been a week.
yeah. So I guess I gotta ask, what's your deal?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I mentioned before when we were back up at the plateau, but I'm here looking for my mom.
Really?
Yeah. She just disappeared one day. I was out in the middle of a forest. I was hunting. I just finished making my new bow. I was so excited to show her. And I come home and she's just not there.
Damn.
And so obviously I asked around and nobody knew, so my best assumption was she went down below. But I don't know why she wouldn't tell me. I guess you can't really say you're going down there, but could have at least a heads up would have been nice.
How long ago did this happen?
I was 12. Pretty young.
Jesus. Damn.
But she taught me everything I needed to know to survive, so I mean, I just hunted for food. Kind of just lived on my own for a bit. And then I woke up one night and just thought, I should try to find her. And like as she's saying that, she pulls out her half crescent moon necklace that she's had since like the very beginning. And she shows Augie real quick. It's like, this is a necklace that I have that she gave me just before she left.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't attentive to that. To be honest, I've been fairly self-absorbed that first day, just trying to make sure Mist was okay. But Oh. Let's just say I can relate to what you're talking about. A few decades ago. Well, I was an easy kid to raise, and because of how I was born, I didn't really have much ability to connect with others of my own, to ostracize those with my specific talents and my own specific difficulties. So the only people I really had any connection to were my parents. And they did their best. They tried their hardest. And well, you could say our story's pretty similar at that point.
Yeah.
One day they went missing. You know, they didn't come home, and you know, I did take a look for them and try to find out what happened. And then about a week later, I found out that they were being shipped down below.
Mm.
That's one of the advantages of the building being in Brother Bishop. You do have some ability to get a little bit more information if you know where to ask. And well, I didn't do a good job of taking care of myself. You could say that I went through a very long and chemical attempt at suicide after that.
Oh.
I basically was trying to kill the pain through whatever means I could. So I didn't identify with people. I was left on my own. It's why. Well, when Miss Mother found me, I don't know what she saw in me, that wretched thing lying in that alley, but I don't know. She took me in. She got me cleaned up a bit. And that's when I decided to try to find out what happened with my parents. That's kind of how I got into detective work, I guess.
Oh,
Also helped them out.
detective.
It's not something I did as a job. It's not my main talent. Obviously, I'm really good at my hands and crafting. It's just how my parents raised me. And with Spider Lily, she and I and her husband, we were a pretty good team at that. But as a hobby, I kind of spent my time looking for details and looking for information. And well, Mist was born, and
You kind of became her father figure at that point.
Yeah. Well, the rest of that's her story to tell.
Oh.
But you know, that's just if you ever wonder why I don't drink or anything like that, it's because remember the time that I did and how it affected me. And now I got Miss to take care of. Even though she's adult now, I've kind of made some promises and I keep my promises.
I bet seeing this yogurt person was really difficult. It looked like it from far away, but I didn't want to assume.
Well, I've been keeping some secrets from Mist, and that kind of blew up in my face.
Oh.
But hearing Yogurt get angry about her wife disappearing, it was like she was trying to accuse me of not understanding that. And I'm you know what one of the things with elves is? We don't we don't get over things very easily. It takes a lot for us to emotionally resonate. But once we do, we stick with it for a long time. So when I say it was decades ago, the wound's still fresh, and it will always be fresh. It's just not something I can easily let go. I don't know. Shouldn't have let my emotions take over like that, though. Wasn't becoming.
I mean, there's always a chance to do something else. Like, just... I guess we're considered ourselves a family, so maybe that's a newer start.
Maybe. Well, I'll tell you what, though. If you're looking for the answers to your question, maybe we'll find the answers to my question.
Yeah.
So it seems like for now we're on the same path regardless.
So, what you guys cooking?
Sizoop?
It's I was gonna say it's like a mother maiden soup that she used to make all the time.
Oh, sweet. Only one other person will have been able to try that before, so this is something you guys have never had before.
Yeah. So, I guess with that being said, like the chef thing that I have is I can only cook 2 of these for after a long rest. With like an hour of prep work.
Yeah, sure.
So, I'm actually was gonna give one to Augie, because whenever they have one, they get 2 temporary hit points.
I would actually suggest giving that to Vitani and Rhea. They're
Okay.
the ones most likely to get smacked around.
Gotcha. Friendly offer, but but yeah, she's able to make like 2 different bunches. So
Road snacks.
road snacks,
Bento boxes.
road soup.
Speaking of which, after Rhea finishes her learning of her ABCs, can she sharpen her axe with her cantrip?
Yes, she can.
Okay, good.
Is that the second time she's used the cantrip?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else
We
you
only get a
guys...
certain amount of times.
Oh, true.
Let me think.
Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're in this lovely little clearing?
I'll just say Miss is currently curled up against a tree right now in a little ball. She's not sleeping, and she's, I'm going to say, was originally just kind of pretending to be sleeping as she was thinking about sort of everything that happened and trying to come to terms with losing or gaining and losing a family in a day, less than. And if she, I'm not sure, heard Augie and Ahsoka talking, she probably was even less likely to pretend that she was moving because she would have been not emotionally prepared to have another emotional conversation. So she is just pretending in her corner.
If you want to roll perception, because everybody else was rolling perception quietly while you guys were having that very wonderful conversation.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, if you want to roll perception, you can see. Everybody else pretty much nailed it. Also, we got our first nat 20 of the night, so...
Yay. Also, that gif of somebody making soup. I nearly busted up laughing.
15.
You would not have heard it.
Oh, okay.
Would she be able to see that they were talking, though?
Yeah, she can see you guys chilling and having fun.
Cool. eyesight still works.
Zulmar, he's gonna look up from his sketchpad and just be like, did anything happen after I lost consciousness?
I know Vitani's sitting with you.
Well, he's gonna say that loud enough to ask everyone. Like, he's gonna just be like, guys, I passed out. Did anything happen while I was unconscious?
Excited to see what Red says.
Well, she was had a heated conversation with Yogurt.
Oh my god.
He had a heated conversation?
Yeah. Got some information. I mean, here we are.
I see.
I'm so sorry to all of YouTube who doesn't get to see our group chat.
One day we will figure out how to put gifts in.
I know.
One day.
One day.
What?
You know what's funny? That's actually the soup I was thinking of.
Jesus,
it's like minestrone soup.
That's so weird. I need to stop bubbling.
It's just a bunch of soup gifts, YouTube. I'm so sorry.
I'm not sorry.
I'm sorry because YouTube is missing out on the soup gifts.
Oh, wait.
They're missing out on the conversation.
Zulamar's just gonna go, wait. How did Yogurt get into this interrogation room that I was in?
We were let out of the interrogation room. I believe Yogurt is the one who brought Mist out.
You were all also in rooms like mine?
I guess so.
Ah.
Or you asked the same questions. What did you do? Have you killed anyone? And are you sorry?
Yes.
And it seems we all got the same treatment.
I see. And were there consequences?
Rhea's gonna kind of like rub her wrists. I don't believe so. Looks like we're all okay for the most part, regardless of some mental scarring. Emotional scars.
Zulamar's going to turn to Vitani and go, Vitani, are you alright? Did they do anything to you? Super my family.
Typing.
Say that they're handing out bowls of soup, right?
Yes.
Oh, are Yuji and Nobara back?
Yuji and Nobara are in fact back there, cuddled up with her.
Okay.
Red is currently typing.
I remembered that Vitani didn't have them when she was in the interrogation room.
Yeah,
so
they
like,
weren't in the interrogation room, for cleanup sake. They were sitting outside the interrogation room, just kind of chilling, eating some meat. They weren't being tortured or tormented or anything. They were just chilling on the floor waiting for, Mama.
Oh, Zulma was also going to ask, did anyone else have fog in their room?
Did we? I don't remember that.
No.
No, nobody else but Zulmar had fog end up in his room.
No, not me.
Dr. Larl.
That's not the same thing as fog.
It's not.
Did you have fog? No, I had a naked doctor. Not the same thing.
I had Dr. Laura. Wait, she was naked the whole time?
Yeah, she's always naked.
Oh
You
my
said
God.
she was dressed.
She had like a white lab coat on.
She had the white lab coat, but like it was open. There's nothing underneath.
Oh, I didn't know that implied there was nothing.
Yeah, that went over Ahsoka's head.
To be fair, you guys met her naked. She's wooden. She doesn't have like she has body parts, but none of them are like anatomically correct. She's like a Barbie doll.
Yeah, that's fair.
She's got bark skin, so like why? It's I'm not gonna go there.
She doesn't have meat.
I was about to pull Atlas out of it. They'd be like, "Oh, it's her version of an exoskeleton, like insects," and then I was like, "We're not playing crossover here, Pierce."
Okay, who wants to read for Red?
Vitani snickers, though it's dry, nothing like her usual self. Nothing I couldn't handle. Some bitch whining about her husband. Slapped the shit out of me something fierce. Vitani grits her jaw and then sighs. Once we were let go, I went to find you. I found you on the ground in that fog. Yeah, then her words forcibly halt and her chest heaves with a sudden visible gag.
Are you okay?
Zulmar like turns to face Vitani more directly and just goes, "And then what? What makes you gag? That could be so horrible that you would gag. What did you see?"
Vitani is typing.
Don't be a bit.
Hey, YouTube will get over the fact that we are catering to a person that cannot talk right now. And if they don't like it, they're assholes.
Well, if they don't like it, they're two of the players in this game, most likely.
Yeah,
so,
there's 3 people listening to this campaign. If they don't like it, oh well.
That is what accelerating the speed is, and why you can tap on the screen to make it jump forward.
Yeah.
It's 1.75 this shit.
Exactly.
I'm so sorry to the people that listen to my giggling in 1.75.
I was about to say, you just giggled, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm hearing it at 1.5 speed in my head.
But Ashley Johnson and Laura Bailey going, okay.
I love that.
Yes.
1.75, it's wonderful.
Well, if we're going to go at 1.75, then I'm going to slow down just to spite them.
It's okay. I can listen up to like 2.3 speed.
Oh, you get 2.3?
When I'm listening to Rhea.
Yes.
Well, on other audio stuff, I think I can go up to like 2.5 on YouTube, but only in those increments.
Yeah.
Vitani snickers, though it's dry, nothing like her usual. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Vitani says, "You were on the floor, unconscious, and then it happens again." Each time she tries to explain, it happens again until she finally gives up, wanting to be able to actually eat the warm soup she's been given. Sorry.
Lost yourself.
Zulmar frowns and then he goes, "Vitani, are you so sickened by what you saw that you can't say it? Or is it that you're not allowed to, and every time you try, it gags you?" And Zulmar says this because it confuses him. Vitani's not normally as weak-stomached as that, considering the way they grew up, and it baffles him. Vitani responds with, "The second one, I can't tell you." And Zulmar just nods. "I see."
So now they're forcing us to keep secrets from each other.
It seems to be the case. I don't like it.
So is that all? Oh, yeah. Is that all you guys are doing?
Vitani says that makes both of us. Augie heard this, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
she's just waiting until this conversation's over before arriving with seconds on soups.
Okay.
Rhea gets
Hey,
her
you.
second bowl. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I'll let you go first.
Hey, you two.
Who is this to?
To Vitani and Zulamar.
Ah.
Are you two okay?
Zulmar looks from Vitani to Augie as he takes the bowl. And he shakes his head. I'll be fine. If I need to, I'll even use my cantrip again to try to soothe the nerves. It makes me so uncomfortable that whatever Vitani saw in my room, she
Yeah,
can't
I
say
can't.
anything about it.
Yeah, well, that's just yet another mystery to add to the pile, isn't it?
That it is.
And you, Vitani?
Vitani
No,
says, I've been better, but I'll be okay. She takes more soup gratefully and says, how about you? You guys weren't hurt as much, were you?
Miss took a shot. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
She mutters, fuckers.
Yeah, well, my only regret is that I couldn't ask them questions. They have information and I would have it. No.
Vitani says, cowards. What happened when I left to find Zuli?
Well, I kind of let him know what. I gave him a piece of my mind, and we got exiled for, defending ourselves.
Zomar splutters and goes, what? We've been exiled?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not allowed back. That's why we're out here.
To be
But
fair,
Yogurt says she'll try to fix it.
yeah, so does Creme Brulee. But to be fair, it wasn't because you were defending yourself. It was because you killed someone.
And to be fair, he's not saying it that way because that's
Yeah,
not
I know.
his perspective.
I just wanted to let you guys know that they did clarify it was because you killed someone, not because you were defending yourself.
We're aware.
For the audience.
Yeah.
Zulma just sort of stews in that thought for a minute. And Vitani snaps, they shouldn't have picked a fight that they couldn't win. And she scoffs.
It was someone's idea to give them swords and a bow and put them up against an unknown group, clearly armed, clearly armored, clearly capable of surviving this world.
Did they, Zulma goes, did they say anything prior to attacking you? Or were they just mad? Just absolutely balmy and just came after us? Vitani adds, I'm not responsible for an idiot's choice, regardless of their reasons.
No, you're right. You're right. And yeah, they mentioned us being Leatherwind. That's that word again. But we did gather some information. We learned in our very brief interaction that apparently our people kidnap their people and bring them up above. And I find that suspicious. Because, actually, I think I should ask this question out loud for everybody in the room. How many people here from up above know anybody from down below?
I don't know anyone.
I don't.
Or know someone here.
Right. I knew someone who allegedly was down below, but we only found that out recently. It turns out she never mentioned below.
Never met anyone on the plateau saying they were from down there.
That's right. Now, this begs a question. If there are people from down below, and they are going up above, why are they unable to say anything about it? And I can think of two possibilities. There may be others, but these are the two hypotheses that I have right now. One, their memories are tampered with. Or two, they have some sort of spell put on them that makes it so they cannot speak about it.
Judging by what we're seeing from Vitani, that's not exactly impossible to imagine.
In fact, it's Vitani's the reason why I even have that hypothesis in the first place.
Vitani points and nods vigorously.
Now,
Zulma's just going to point out. So, this makes me question whenever someone leaves another sector, they can only go in one direction. They can never go back, right? So
that's correct.
Over our lifetime, since I've been a child, we've had people walk in that said that they're from Brother Bishop or Maiden Mother, and I'm certain you might have come across those people yourselves who say that they're from Saint Sister or vice versa. Then who's to say that every person that came from a different sector truly came from that sector and not from below?
That's a good question.
Given there's no way to verify that they say is true other than asking, oh, what's it like? But I couldn't tell you if they're being truthful about what Brother Bishop looks like. I've never seen it.
This also brings up another question. That's a good line of thinking. No one's ever come back from down below, correct?
As far as we know.
As far as we know. Right. We've never met or heard of anyone coming from down below, and that would be the sort of thing that would be very noteworthy should it were to happen. However...
Despite the fact that we're told that we have the option to go back.
Well, we're told we have the option to go back. So the question then becomes, why does no one take it? We've survived here long enough. We could probably survive another 2 weeks and go back should we choose to. And I understand not all of us are willing to make that choice, and that's fine. Not everyone who goes down below will want to go back, but there will be people who do and have reasons to go back. And yet, why have they never made it back?
First,
Now,
maybe not that they liked it down here, but now I'm starting to see that it's just the same.
well, I'm not entirely convinced about that. We've only encountered a couple places, one of which was very pernicious, but the other was actually quite friendly to us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I don't really want to categorize all places as like that.
Yes.
But regardless, given the amount of peril that is down below, it makes sense that some people would go, fuck this, I want to go home. But why is it no one has ever done that? Well, there's only really a couple possibilities. One, no one survived long enough. I doubt that one. Or two, they have gone back. What happens when they try to go back? Well, let's go. What happens to people who get kidnapped, mind wiped, or ensorcelled to not be able to talk about it?
I also, so many people have been sent down here, sent or volunteered to go down here. We're not the only group. We've seen a few people dead, but we haven't seen anyone alive saying that they're from the plateau yet.
No, not yet.
That there's a city that some of them go to, but that just seems weird that they're kept in one place.
One place before we came down here.
True. But didn't Cranberry say that for whatever reason all of them feel compelled to go there? Not that I swear she said some people don't go, that not everyone ends up there, but that most go and just want to, at least in her
It's because
consideration.
because places are like this attack us for being so-called leatherwings.
Mist is going to be quietly drinking her soup from that, and she's going to nod at what Rhea says and say, I don't know if maybe they're just kill everyone that's from above because they see us as a threat. Why else would people have been sent to kill us at night? I don't know. It all seems very suspicious, and I don't feel like we should trust anyone here no matter what happens.
Confuses me that they complain that their own kind is being kidnapped from up above, but then we come down below and they treat us like we're the monster. We could be the kidnapped ones, who knows?
Well, I can actually posit a reason for that. I'm going to say that this group, we're a bunch of survivors, but we're not a bunch of assholes. We all mean well. We're not the worst of humanity. But sometimes we have sent down the worst.
Mm.
And I can absolutely see some of the people that I have personally investigated and personally sent down below being exactly the sort of people that would cause this sort of impression.
Perhaps it's easier to kill the enemy if they've seen them be the enemy more times than not. The more responsible thing is to neutralize the threat before it becomes a threat.
Zuma then asks, well, now I'm also curious, given the mode of transportation that we took to get down here, and how long it has taken us to get here to this Moon Cove Mall, this can't be how the plateau could possibly be traversing here to steal people on foot. So what technology are they using to travel?
Well, I mean, that's a question I would have loved to ask them. How do they know winds are doing this?
Yeah, exactly. How do they know? How do the people down here know that people are being kidnapped? Have they seen it?
Out of
Are they
character
being told?
question,
What was that?
if I may. Out of character question, if I may.
Go ahead.
You mentioned earlier in the game that the there were legends or something of above being based on a
A ship.
Is that something our characters know about?
You know that in the center, in the fourth city, that nobody really thinks about or talks about, what the castle that the queens live in was built off of the ship that brought everyone here.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was common knowledge or if it was just like...
Yeah, I think it was something we rolled history on.
We rolled for history, yeah.
Yeah, some of you
because
knew it,
they
some
were
of you
talking
didn't.
about how they flew. Because Marzipan was talking about how the leather winds were coming from the sky. And we were like, what? And then we did the history check to find out that we do have an understanding of a ship of some sort. But we've never actually seen any flying crafts.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it stands to reason in some ways that them calling us Leatherwings, based on the lore of the ship that has been built in the center of city, maybe there is a connection there. And I mean, realistically in this world, how many different kinds of flying ships can there be, right? And she's going to kind of look at Augie with that question because she always assumes he has the answer to mechanical shit.
Well, I'm not willing to make any sort of assumption on that, but the fact that, the second they mention mechanical ships, I mean, what's the first thing I'm going to think of? The one at the center of where we're from. And they mentioned that they were kidnapping people thousands of however long years ago. And, well, we have evidence of that that's still happening today.
Exactly.
Or at the very least, people are going missing and they're willing to evoke the old legends.
We also don't know, as far as I'm aware, none of us know what that center city where the queens live looks like, how big it is. Who knows what where they might be keeping the kidnapped people there for a time while they work their sinister magic on them, or even keeping those that leave a different sector and they never actually make it where they intended to go.
Mist is gonna her ears are gonna twitch at that mention, but she won't say anything else.
Well, I got another thing that's in my mind here. We've changed since we've come down here, yeah?
Yeah.
And not just in minor ways. I don't mean like as people. I mean, we've changed. We've come in contact with parts of ourselves that that are almost like they're long forgotten rather than newly found.
I mean, yeah, Augie, your machines are doing things that you never expected them to do. I didn't know I could bloody heal people. Apparently, clerics don't exist, even though that's what I've been called my entire life. Ahsoka is some sort of nymph. Apparently, Mist is from, has relatives down here that I've never known of, and we've seen people like her, but they have wings.
Rhea's got that thing too. But
Oh yes,
I don't think Rhea has come across anything yet. I don't remember.
Don't you hear things though?
I can
the howling thing.
Yeah.
We're all assuming Rhea didn't howl before and listened to
Yeah.
other howls in the when we chased after her forever.
Howls? Did that sound like howling to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That all we heard was howling, and you howled back, and then ran. Next to Zulmar, Vitani is rapidly tapping her feet against the ground in frustration.
I don't like where my train of thought is taking me.
Zulmar is going to reach over and take her by the hand.
I don't like where my train of thought is taking me here at all.
Are you going to keep us in suspense or tell us?
I don't
Just
want to
you
give.
saying that doesn't make me feel any better.
I don't want to give voice to my suspicion.
Zulmar is going
You were
to.
suspicious or superstitious.
Vitani also urges, just say it.
All right. Here's a hypothesis then. Let's operate under the hypothesis that we're either forbidden to talk, that people from down below are either forbidden to talk about their experience of down below when they go above, or they have their memories wiped. What if we were from down below ourselves and we've merely returned unaware of who we were?
But I thought I was born above.
Yeah.
I know you were.
I was.
I know you were, Mist. I was there.
She's going to kind of nod, but still furrowed brow.
Some of us have family there that we've grown up with on.
Yeah.
More
But
than
I
one
have-
generation?
I have 3 siblings I helped deliver, so
Does
Maybe.
anyone
they
have
all look
grandparents
very.
above?
I've never met a grandparent.
That's like he said, we're fed this memory.
Vitani shakes her
You-
head. No, it's not that.
You know. You know. But you cannot say it. I'm not going to pressure you on this.
We know that they
That's
can take
reassuring.
memories away from us. It's not impossible to think someone could feed us memories. as
Vitani
well.
says, keep guessing. Zulmar looks to Vitani. Did what you see have something to do with who we are?
Oh, she really knows something we don't.
Mist is going to like kind of tap her bowl with her spoon and look around the group and look at Augie and say, well, you've always said that when we are not sure of the answer in a case that you have to go where you can find answers and investigate more. Where is there anywhere below that we know or think could give us more pieces to our puzzle?
Well,
surely there's more to know.
Vitani reaches across to Zulmar and lays her palm over the center of his chest, tapping a few times. Then she points her fingers and traces the marks that linger on her skin. Zulmar frowns and looks down. Oh, and then points down at the marks on his skin. The fog. Zulmar's just gonna go, I do remember the fog that I had in my room. It came from my mouth. It came out of me while I was unfortunately panicking, and The last thing I remember seeing is the room filling with it every time I exhaled, before I lost consciousness. Do Vitani, and Zulma's going to reach into his artist bag of holding and then pull out. Well, he already had a pencil in his hand. He was using it to sketch, so he's going to pass the pencil and his sketchbook to her and say, "See if you can write or draw anything
The fog.
related to what you saw, aside from the fog." But while she's doing that, we were told that we would want to go to Fog Lab A, and that somehow that would give us answers. And I feel like we didn't walk away with much of
We
anything.
definitely walked away with more questions.
Yeah, but more questions is how you get to more answers.
Suppose.
We've been given a...
Marzipan did say that the fog was meant to prevent the leather winds from getting. Right? That was the solution to try to keep them away, because they were coming from the sky.
Protection, yeah.
So do they want us to turn off this fog or not?
Question is if we want. Yeah, I mean, you would imagine that above, if we've been told we don't know what's down here, that our queens don't know it's down here. No one has ever known. That
Yes, that's it. We
the
were
goal
told.
would be to remove the fog so that.
By the way,
would
Vitani
then
nodded
know.
when Zulmar mentioned the fog lab.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Well,
I guess the thing that boggles me is that we're just told from above that they don't know what's up down here. We're not told that we have a goal per se other than to find out. It was it hang on, was it Butters who told us to go to Fog Lab A?
Yep.
It was Butter who told us to go to Fog Lab A. Someone from down here.
By the way, Vitani wrote something for you guys.
Yes. When Vitani tries to draw or write out what happened, it's like something comes over her hand, and all that she's able to get out on the paper is a drawing of the middle finger and "Nice try, you baby assholes," written in below. She snaps, "Are you kidding? I can't even read that." Zuma looks over and goes, "Well, that's just rude."
oh, what
And
does it
he
say?
translates, it says, "Nice try, you baby assholes."
How dare they
Oh, now
insinuate
some.
we're baby assholes? I'm a full grown asshole, and I'll give them the chance to know that.
Augie just grins a little bit, says, "I'll be right back," and
So
walks
some.
to Andrea, and he just kind of spends a moment and just starts using his magic to etch "Nice try, you baby assholes" with the middle finger on the inside of her of its a big choppy thing, so that if ever he wants to taunt, he can hit them with that side, because you know what? That's just nice. Also, the middle finger.
Well, it seems that whatever is preventing Vitani from sharing with us is quite clever enough to figure out we would want to try to use words and pictures.
Mm.
Well, there's nothing for it. The sun's gonna be down soon. We're well fed. We're as close to okay as we're gonna get. Honestly, I think we can conjecture as much as we want here, but we're gonna need more information before we can come to any further conclusion.
Yeah.
And trying to torture Vitani, as much as she might be into that.
Zulmar just chuckles.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, there's a Fog Lab A. Got some information from that. The fact that there's a Fog Lab A implies that there's probably a Fog Lab B. There's probably enough Fog Labs that they had to actually designate them. So,
Zulmar's going to pipe up. Marzipan, I believe it was Marzipan. Either the Dr. Larl or Marzipan did say that they hadn't been able to communicate with Fog Lab B recently.
Right.
He did mention them, and I asked, about it. So there might be more answers at that lab.
Like something.
Perhaps
Vitani
wherever.
gestures grandiosely at Augie for the multiple Fog Lab comments.
Yeah.
I just learned my ABCs and I can attest to that.
I know Zulma asked questions about the Fog Lab B.
Yeah, well, there's likely others.
Well, do we have any idea how to find it? That would be the next question, I assume.
Perhaps we can just hope that the stick will be leading us to it. Maybe Rhea and I thought the same thing.
No, I'm not exactly eager to run into another Fog Lab anytime soon, but I am interested to see where the stick leads us.
Vitani is typing. Oh, did you have questions?
No, Rhea was just saying I'm just interested in answering more of these questions.
Yeah, I'm interested in getting more information.
I'm so glad that this is such a fun mystery for you guys.
Yeah, totally. Fun.
The sarcasm!
Wow.
I love puzzles.
I love mysteries, but my brain does hurt.
My brain does a little hurt.
I think Zulmar and Augie could talk back and forth about his theories all night.
Well, also, I think we're trying to connect the dots when there's not enough dots. You know, we have like dots 1 through 10, but there's still, 10 through, 300 to go.
Vitani hands the sketchbook back to Zuli. Listen, don't threaten me with a good time, old man. I didn't get to enjoy the last afterglow I got. When it comes to Augie, it truly is just a friendly tease. He's settling into the area of her consciousness where good friends she doesn't fuck reside, right next to Zulmar. Zulmar is forever grateful for that designation.
He coughs a bit. He coughs for a bit. You're a bit young for me. And, gonna walk away awkwardly now.
Zulmar's just gonna go, she was joking. You may not know her that well yet, but that was definitely not a serious flirtation.
I'm gonna go fix the robot.
Are you guys gonna wait for the rest of nightfall, or do you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Rhea wants to quickly, before we look to using the stick, she kind of wants to go stand up, take her bowl over, and kind of sit near Ahsoka and Augie. And so I was listening to you guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to be a prying ear. It's not like you were whispering or anything, though.
No, I don't think we were whispering.
I did hear that you both had family down. You know, kind of the same situation. I wouldn't say I'm not the same situation, but something similar happened to me when I was younger. My grandmother, she just disappeared one day. Didn't know where she went. Had no idea, and I was very close to her, so it was hard for me. My mother wouldn't tell me. Until my mother finally told me that she had been sent down here below as well. So I understand, looking for your mother-in-law and your parents. And I never really believed that my grandmother was still alive, especially with everything we heard about down here. But I saw her in that room when they did the interrogation and when they started to lead us out. I saw my grandmother. I'm still not entirely sure she was real. I feel like maybe it was something just to get me to let my guard down and show me what I wanted to see.
Go
ahead.
The more I hear about what people have seen there, the less I like it.
I suppose. I
just know that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying I'm still not entirely convinced that she was there. I asked her if she was there, and she said sort of. And I took a little comfort in that, at least my subconscious wanted me to see her again. But it makes me think that maybe you guys, so you're looking for as well.
Well, I can verify that I saw absolutely nothing of the sort when I was in there.
The only strange thing I saw when I was waiting was an odd spider in the corner that I couldn't seem to catch. But other than that, it all seemed normal.
Well, as normal as a black interrogation room could be, I guess.
Yes.
Seemed normal.
The room probably just wanted to fuck with our minds, but
Vitani says, "Did you really chase the spider, Mist?"
Well, I wanted to see, I don't know, where it went. Maybe I could escape. If it went through a small crack, I could find a way to make that a bigger crack.
Awesome.
Did you see a spider as well?
So I was looking for one.
Zoma says, "We already determined all I saw was fog coming out of my mouth." And then I passed out.
It's preoccupied on some other things as well.
Vitani says, "Makes sense. Sadly, I got bitch slapped." Out of character, Vitani did see the spider. Briefly, before, while she was trying to rip the walls apart, looking for Yuji and Nobara before she sees a magic spider in the corner, and then the woman walks in and distracts her.
That was me.
That was me!
I don't think you said I saw a spider. I don't know. Rhea was
No, it was just Mist. Yeah, it was just Mist and Vitani that saw the spider.
Okay.
Yeah,
everyone else wasn't in there long enough to notice it because it was one of the two people that had to stay there longer.
Yeah, it was a quick in and out. Asked me what I felt and whether I felt guilty, and
yeah, that's why I skipped the no part of that. Red. I said makes sense. Sadly, I got bitch slapped.
Do you guys think that they were asking about what happened last night?
I mean, that's usually how investigations go. You do something wrong and they ask you about it. Unless you've done too many things wrong that you can't keep it straight. And she's going to say that as a joke, but then kind of look like, oh, that has happened to me before, so.
Zulma's gonna just respond, I hoped they were only speaking about the altercation. when they said the question, did you murder someone? I had a moment of panic. Let's just put it at that.
I'm just gonna look like blatantly like eye contact.
Prolonged eye contact.
Prolonged eye contact. Zuma has never told anybody that, but he's just gonna be like, well, I said no because I hadn't killed anybody during that conflict, but
But
Awkward coughing.
He's like, he just stepped in it. No, Vitani does not know. He let Vitani think that the dude went missing as well. Although I'm sure she was always suspicious.
Even then, Vitani wouldn't remember because Vitani got rid of the memories of that dude.
Yeah, and now Vitani wouldn't know because... But even when she did know, he never said. But yeah, Zuma's gonna go, well, I just stepped into that. I guess since we're not up there anymore, it doesn't really matter, but I said no, because for that instance, I had not killed anyone. But I have in the past, and I was not certain if that would catch me up.
And I mean, as you guys know, I am here for defending myself and it ending poorly. But when I told them no, she called me a liar. And I don't think anyone else died last night.
Oh, well, that's strange, considering we both lied if we both said no, and they were asking us in general if we've murdered anyone, because they didn't tell me I lied.
I also said no, and I didn't lie.
That's the thing.
We both lied.
Well,
but
I
one
didn't
of us was
lie.
accused.
I was
Right.
understanding what they were questioning.
Correct. We didn't kill anyone. Neither of us killed anyone during that confrontation. But if since that is the truth, then why would you say no and then they said you lied?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
unless they were asking in general if you've killed someone. And in that case, then I too lied.
So
that's where you went wrong. You assume. Look, I almost said not tonight.
So here's the my question then. How did you feel about your answer? Because I can tell you what I answered, and I had no problems in there whatsoever. I told them straight up.
Chuckle and nod.
I just told them straight up that I did what I did. I had no guilt about it. I was protecting the one that I love and my friends, and that I would do it again. And that even if I was somewhat an accomplice, it did not matter. My hands are clean because I was acting under self-defense. And I had no problems going in, despite the fact that I'm probably just as guilty of being a part of it as you are, Vitani. But I don't feel guilty because I feel justified.
I felt very guilty.
Right. And Rhea, you kind of don't come across as someone who's unapologetic about your past. I'm not saying this as an attack, but just simply as my summation of your character.
I can't say that I don't hold some, what's the word, solace about what happened either last night or on the plateau. But I'm not sorry. I'm tired of being treated as a monster or or the one who's doing wrong, and just defending myself and being seen as such.
I guess those of us who have blood on our hands.
Oh, and Zuma glanced at Vitani when he said that he had killed someone up above. Meant to include that mention.
Right. So what I'm saying, I guess, is where I'm going with this then. If we look at what the common factors are, all three of you have killed someone at some point, directly. And whatever it is they were doing to us, that magic, keyed into that. And it was designed to kind of punish us for that specific act, regardless of whether that act was the one that was done last night.
Regret. There's the word I was looking for.
Regret. That's a word.
That's that word.
I really... Oh my god, is that the same word that August... I don't remember. But no, it was pointless. I'm really bad at word searching. I hate...
Wait, the three of us, as in Rhea, Vitani, and Zulmar, or was that missed?
We're the three people.
Or Ahsoka.
Directly killed a person.
Not
a monster or something.
Vitani has said something.
Yes, Vitani has said something.
Vitani says, no one should ever feel guilty for kills of retribution or defense, in my opinion. I don't think that makes a person a monster. Vitani addresses the group as she speaks, then turns to Zulmar, sitting in surprise at their admission, with questions brewing in her mind. Who? When? Why? Vitani's the violent one between the two of them. How does she not know something like this about the person she's closest to? Zulmar is now avoiding Vitani's gaze.
Just as you guys accepted me, I'm not gonna pry unless you feel like speaking on it. I feel like we can trust you. You've shown us that we can trust you.
Well, all I can say is you might have killed someone, but you're not murderers.
Those are very different things.
Yeah.
I've seen murderers. None of you are murderers.
Gonna finish up her soup.
Zulmar's just gonna start sketching. Awkwardly.
Vitani says, I got it. Very different. Vitani hums, turning back to her soup. Then she holds up the bowl. Is there any more?
Well, we can't take it with us, and we gotta clean the pot, so if you can find some soup in the pot, it's yours.
You gotta scrape it down a little bit.
we made lots because we knew you'd be hungry.
Very good. My mother used to make something similar.
Do you like the soup?
Very much.
This is actually very interesting. I've never had cooking like this before. It's very enjoyable to work with you on this.
It's mother maiden.
Yeah.
It's maiden mother soup.
Maiden mother soup, eh?
Vitani says, perfect, that works. Vitani stands to go do so, scraping together all that remains of it. It's really good. Thank you both.
Yes.
You're welcome.
It was Asuka's recipe. I just chopped.
Yes.
So while the remains of the food is eaten and you guys gather up your things, the sky goes dark. Stars begin to twinkle overhead, and very slowly, the moon rises above all of you. So what are you guys doing?
What's that fancy stick doing?
Vitani's fancy twig.
Vitani is typing.
Oh, is she now?
Stick.
I have to admit, having this cold has made it a lot easier to get the growliness in Oshi's voice, that's for sure.
Vitani says, "Alright, are we ready to do this?" Vitani holds up the magic moon stick with the moon emoji.
Yes,
Crescent moon emoji. Let's.
Any of us gotta be.
Yep. Might as well get this done with so we know where we're going.
Alright, Red, I want you to roll a d20 for me.
You know how much Atlas would love them talking about a moon stick?
Yeah.
A moon stick? Give it here.
Hey!
Woo! Woo!
Nat 20!
Second nat 20 of the night!
Moon stick. Nat 20.
Alright. Everybody's gathered their things. All of the equipment is packed. You guys are all set up. Vitani, you stand basking in the moonlight, and it feels warm on your skin despite it being cold out. There's a chill rustling the grass and the leaves around you, and you hold up your little twig with its single green leaf, and you hold it in front of the moon, and you just stand there and you watch. And you feel very stupid for a couple of minutes because nothing happened. And you're like,
Oh, no.
please tell me I didn't just get shit on. Come on.
After the first minute, Oshi's just gonna go and start casting Detect Magic to see if there's any magic in this as a ritual. So 10 minutes later it'll maybe happen, but just Oshi's just like starting the
Before the 10 minutes are up, it's about 5-6 minutes in. The twig in your hands jerks hard to the left, and you almost let go of it, but you still have your grip on it. And it tugs, and Yuji and Nobara start chirping excitedly and hop off of your shoulder and out of your arms, and they start going toward the stick, and they fly in the air around your hand and start going with the direction that this little twig is pulling you.
On the moon.
Vitani goes, "Whoa."
Alright, let's follow the pets.
Onward. First we were following a howling Rhea, now we follow Vitani with the magic moonstick.
Alright, this way it is. Lead the way, babies, Sotani says. We follow.
So, the stick sort of yanks your arm back and forth occasionally as you're running through the woods. And it does feel like running because there's just this urgency in your blood. Specifically, it's making your skin crackle and you hear pops and you hear fire roaring in your ears. And the roaring gets louder and louder until eventually you don't even really see the stick anymore. You're just running. And while the stick is in front of you, you're following something else. Your friends see you following a stick and these adorable little monster children, but you're just... something in you is pulling you. I want everyone to roll an athletics check.
Of
course.
Shit.
More running. More running athletics.
Vitani, you don't have to do that because of something that's gonna happen. So, everybody but Vitani. Oh, woo woo woo! That's also very in character. I rolled exactly 10.
Melanie, stop it.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Do I get any sort of Oh no, maybe I don't. Well, I get like Mist is like got a speedy dealy thing. Does that help in any way?
What?
Like it's on combat turns, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Just curious.
You get the zoomies, but then you have to stop for a while, like a cat.
We're just waiting
Fair.
on
17.
Frappi?
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. So, as you guys are running, you notice that Vitani and Rhea are starting to sort of get ahead of you guys, and they seem sort of zoned the fuck out. They're just purposeful in their running. I need Atlas and Ahsoka to roll me perception checks. While you guys do that, Augie and Mist are kind of lagging behind. You can still see the group, but you're kind of pulling back a little bit.
Why do they have to sprint everywhere they go?
I know. What's the rush?
21.
Woo woo woo!
Hey.
That's a 19 plus 2.
So, Zulamar and Ahsoka, as you're running, you start to hear fireworks.
Oh.
And it feels wild. You don't see them yet, but you know that distinct pop in the background. You know it. Also, Pierce, if this makes you uncomfortable, let me know. But you hear them.
I'm good.
Okay. You hear them, and the further you run, suddenly you see the sky go up golden and white, and there's just this beautiful bloom of a firework overhead. And as it fades and flickers, Mist and Augie run into this empty field that you are all suddenly in. And Rhea and Vitani stop, so all of you can catch up. And Rhea and Vitani are staring up at the sky intently. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna put my hands up and I'm gonna say, all right. I think we should put on our other outfits.
Why do you think you were gonna get in a fight?
No, I think we're not gonna get in a fight because we're gonna put on other outfits.
Zulmar's just going to frown and go, "You're the only one that didn't purchase one."
Yeah, I'm aware of that mistake, that lack of foresight. However, I think I think I'll be okay. And with that, Augie reaches to his to a pocket in his left chest.
When you do that, you hear a whistle, a very familiar sort of whistle to the two of you, and then a pause. 1, 2, 3, boom! The sky lights up red and white, and the clearing is covered in the bright lights of fireworks.
Mist is gonna hit the fucking deck.
Yeah, Augie's immediately like reaching into his pocket and he's.
So have any of us seen something like this? You just said sounds familiar to someone, but
yeah, you guys know what fireworks are. They're very, very rare to see, but I will say that occasionally the walls between your sectors will shoot fireworks off for like big celebrations. So while you may not have the materials always ready at hand to make a firework, you know what a firework looks like.
Okay.
I think Augie would know.
Yeah, Augie would definitely know.
Yeah, Augie's probably made one. But he's going to reach into his pocket and click a switch, and then all of a sudden some of his pockets just flip open, and you see mirrors, and then the mirrors start turning towards each other and everything like that. And then as it does that, Augie's appearance then changes, and he looks like this.
Oh, we got a picture?
Is it the dad
Yeah,
bod?
we got a picture.
Tell me it's the dad bod.
Oh, we have pictures. Just 1 second here.
R.I.P. YouTube. I'm so sorry you're gonna miss this fucking gem.
I've been planning this for a while.
Are
Let's just
Rhea
say-
and Vitani like coherent enough to like think about changing their clothes?
No, you two are enamored with the fireworks.
Okay.
You're just staring and just in awe right now.
Wait, so did we change into our adventuring gear when we woke up in the hotel?
That's entirely up to you guys.
I mean, I'm not going around not wearing adventuring gear because that would be
I will say,
completely unwishy.
if one of your friends wants to be like, hey, we're changing clothes, you can snap out of it momentarily, but as soon as another firework goes up, you will get entranced again.
Zulimar's gonna tug on both Rhea and Vitani when it seems they don't immediately move to change, and just kind of be like, hey, we're changing.
There it is.
Oh boy.
Is that Tom Selleck?
It's Tom Selleck.
And that's what he looks like now?
Oh my god, have any of y'all ever seen Meet the Robinsons?
Yes.
And he looks like Tom Selleck. Alright. Oh my god, okay, anyway. Rhea will like she don't even care who's looking. She just starts, stripping too and changing her clothes. I will say that she's gonna keep the tattered cloak though and tie that around her waist.
Oh my god.
Vitani says, I think that's a good idea.
In the
I
chat.
don't see wearing so much right now. Vitani nods distractedly, stripping down entirely right there in the clearing to change back into her normal armor, furs, and boots, jamming her other outfit back into her bag. Wait, which ones are we changing into?
Oh, I thought everybody else was... Yeah, I thought everybody was changing into the below clothes.
Oh wait.
I don't think Mess
no.
never took hers off.
I think he was trying to tell us
He
to
was wearing
change
hers at
into our
investigation.
armor,
Yeah.
like normal above clothes.
No, Oji's saying below clothes.
No,
below
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 clothes.
Oh, okay.
That's why
Yeah.
Zulimar said.
Oh yeah,
said
so if
didn't
you
buy
guys,
any.
if you guys were already in your below clothes, you didn't have to change.
Yeah, I don't think Rhea
Yeah.
would have changed. She probably would have went to bed in the below clothes.
Yeah, Oji's pointing out that civilization. We should blend a bit, and then Oji's doing
Oh,
the
okay.
disguise.
Okay, yeah, so you two were just too distracted to fucking, like,
Okay. Okay.
zoned in on
Zulimar
fireworks.
put on his
Redacted.
Flip
Simple
that, reverse it, and
miscommunication.
rewind it.
Yep, simple miscommunication, all good. We're not the kind of people that care.
Yeah.
So those who want to change, change.
I was wondering like why we were like getting back into our normal like armor stuff and he's like wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Makes sense now. Okay.
It's dead at a con, okay?
Spent hours sending Magnum PI eggs to Sona when I announced this would be my disguise.
You really fucking did.
Was that a new spell you cast?
Yes.
What is the name of the spell?
Disguise self.
Disguise self. Okay.
Dude, I really have to use the bathroom. I don't want to miss like anything though. But
No, we can take a small break if you guys want to.
Yeah, this will be like less than a minute. I'll be right
I
back.
could take a tiny pee break.
All right, how about I stop the recording really quick and then we all run to the bathroom and then we'll come back to it.
Yes.
Good call.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording in 3,